Is there anyone here who would like to be on a 2G network? No. All right. 3G? No. 5G? Yes. Raise your hands. How important is this 5G network in your life? Why? Faster speed, right? Reliable connections, global connectivity, and greater capacity, right? IoT, factories with automation, lot of possibilities. So it creates space for more. Agree? It is creating space for more in your life. What if I tell you today that there is another 5G that is very, very, very important in your entrepreneurship journey, and it will give you the founder's edge, the entrepreneurial edge. So how many of you are super excited to learn what are these 5Gs that can transform your life and business and get you closer to the 100 crores my colleague just mentioned, right? How many of you are super excited to hear these 5Gs? Lovely. Thank you so much, right? Now imagine your life without 5G. What happens? Slow downloads, frozen screens, call drops, right? Frustrating, annoying, right? Who wants this? No one. But this does happen in the journey of some of the entrepreneurs. This is what it feels when they have this 5G missing in their skill set, in their mindset, in their tool set, right? So these 5Gs, I wish I knew these 5Gs when I started my journey as an entrepreneur. But these 5Gs are the lessons that I have learned while navigating through years of my life, facing a lot of challenges, business challenges, personal challenges. So these 5Gs are the outcome of my 28 years of journey as of professional life, 10 years of corporate, and 18 years of being a serial entrepreneur. So let's get started. Let's explore what are these 5Gs together and see if you find the key that could be your next breakthrough. Let's get started. So the first G in the list is grit. Whatever you have heard the speakers today, it is that first thing they all have in common is the grit, the courage to step into the unknown, the courage to leave their comfort zone, right? And experience uncertainty. So grit becomes a very important factor that you must have in you to become a successful entrepreneur, because this grit is like a stubborn refusal to quit when others ask you to stop. So I am not from IIT or IIMs, right? And I failed more than 20 plus aptitude tests. The first test when you get job, this is way back in 1996. So coming from a private engineering college with no placements, a struggling job seeker, right? I found the right opportunity after 3 years of my graduation. Those 3 years, I was just doing some hustling. I found jobs, but not the ones that met my potential and capabilities, right? But when I got this opportunity to join TCS, right, I was performing at par with IITians and IIM guys, right? So now I started questioning, right? Was it problem with me or problem with the education system, right? What was it that I was missing, right? Why I couldn't clear the written test and exams? And how come I am a performer, right? So my skill set was common sense, having common sense in abundance, right? But nobody tests you for your common sense when they give you jobs, Right? Are you being tested for common sense? But that's a great skill to have as an entrepreneur. All my colleagues who are running business will agree that common sense is that one skill that empowers you to be anything, to do anything, take up any kind of industry roles, anything, right? So, after a lot of struggle, I found this job, right? And then office politics hits. So my life, professional life, has been like a video game, right? This is the level 1, right? Not getting job, struggling to fail, struggling to clear interviews, finally getting into a good company and performing well. And now office politics hits. I go on maternity leave, right? Twice, in 2003 and 2005, and I made the scapegoat in the bell curve normalization. Being a performer, given the lowest, I got lowest rating, and then I was so emotionally involved with my work. I was intellectually, emotionally invested, right? How can you contribute if you are not emotionally invested with your employer, right? But because of this low performance rating, I decided to quit. With just 2 daughters, 1-year-old and 3-year-old, I left my corporate life, and I didn't know evolution of an entrepreneur was waiting to happen. So can we call that grit? Just leaving the same job for which I struggled to get in the first place, right? Okay, next grit, right? So now exploring many diverse ventures, I, along with my life partner, Ankur, he's right here. I think he changed the direction of my life simply. He is the one person who gave me a lot of mindset shifts when it comes to numbers, when it comes to dealing with money, with people. And he always used to tell me that you are a diamond, and I am just polishing it. But I always used to tell him that then you are a johri, because only a johri knows the value of a diamond, because I thought I didn't value my own strengths, my own capabilities. So when I quit my job, I did nothing for a year. I just went, that entrepreneurial bug was within me. I went looking for opportunities that could be of my interest, and finally we happened to start IT consulting firm, right? And then the second grit I would talk about here is, we also ventured into 7 diverse businesses. We had 50% of the amount to invest in a jewelry, super premium jewelry brand, and we got that franchisee, and we became the #1 store for diamond sales across India. And that was do or die. We put every money, every penny that we had, and that venture took us to next level in entrepreneurship, because then we were with celebrities and doing marketing and stuff like this, and there was so much of learning and insights there, right? Then one more great thing I would like to cover here is, after achieving this material success in 2014-15, when I started questioning the reason of my existence, why I exist on this planet, I left all of it to be on journey of self-discovery. And a new dimension of life folded, where I realized one of my purpose is to speak and inspire from my own experiential insights. So thank you, TED. Thank you, TED Bangalore, for giving me this platform here to be able to share what I love doing the most, right? So now the next G is growth. Growth as a mindset, right? So my life reflects growth, from rags to riches story. When I was 5 years old, my father had a major accident, and the family was physically, emotionally, financially challenged. But the way my life has grown, from a struggling job seeker to a serial entrepreneur to discovering deeper dimensions of the self, it reflects growth. And this growth is just not for me, because when I grow, everybody around me grows. And when everybody around me grows, I grow, right? So it's an infinite loop of growth, right? Because you cannot grow alone. The people associated with you also grow when you grow. So growth should be your mindset, a growth mindset, growth for all, not filling your own pockets, but making sure that people who work for you also grow with you. And that's what I'm super proud to talk about, that my core employees who joined on day 1 are still working with me, because they have also grown. We have a DC receptionist who is our top performer in sales in last 18 years in our business, right? She was in DTDC sales, but now she is a top performer making crores of sales, right? So we empower our people also to grow along with us. So having this growth mindset will be super beneficial to get you that founder's edge. Then next is gratitude, right? So once I achieved the material success, I went back to my college. I went back to my schools, because those are the places who made me what I am today, right? So you express gratitude. Only when you have this feeling of gratitude, you grow in life, because nobody has become poor by giving, right? So gratitude creates a very positive atmosphere around us, right? And then generosity. What is generosity? Means living by the giver's gain philosophy, right? What you sow, so shall you reap. I am a product of giving. When my father met with an accident, a lot of strangers helped me, and help was not in the form of money. It was simply sharing their time, just picking up from the bus station and dropping to the school. So when I saw so much of help is available, I wanted to be of that help to people around me. So my life can be described in 2 words: growth and giving. So having this generosity mindset will help you. Being generous for your employees. You don't have to sponsor IPL, but you must pay the salaries of your people on time. Give them good stock options, just like Narayan Murthy did for his enterprise, right? So generosity as a value, very, very important. Your attitude of gratitude and generosity as a value will give you the necessary founder's edge. And that's how most of the successful founders today are able to function in their life and business, not just because they had an idea, not because they executed that idea, because they had all these traits that makes them, that gives them the necessary edge in their journey of entrepreneurship. And last but not the least, greatness. So greatness is not about a title. Greatness is with what you do, what kind of social impact you bring in others' life, right? So in my businesses, I have empowered aspiring entrepreneurs from Tier 2, Tier 3 cities to start and scale their business. Over 1 lakh entrepreneurs during COVID timeline, right? It's the impact you create in the life of people, right? With what you do, how it helps others. So greatness is about the social impact we are able to create with what we have achieved in life, right? So these five Gs helped me, grit helped me stand tall when I was falling down. I was broken at that stage in my life. When I was 24 years old, I had no job. I had disappointed my father, but then I turned around my life, because Bruce Lee's quote, "To hell with circumstances, I create opportunities," was a very inspiring statement for me, right? And then growth teaches you how to evolve. You become a better version of yourself. These 5 Gs help you connect with yourself and become a better and grander version of yourself, right? So gratitude helps you see abundance when there is struggle. And generosity, because when you share your success, your employees, your team, they work with you and help you grow further. Your success becomes a shared success. Kaddu katega to sab mein batega. That is the philosophy. I hope you got that. Kaddu katega to sab mein batega. And greatness is the fuel that keeps me striving to share experiential insights, to inspire people and transform your life the way I transform my life, right? So, in short, grit is the quiet courage. It's a quiet, subtle courage that keeps you going, right? Not because it's easy, but your dreams are worth it, right? And growth, what is growth? I am summarizing all this in just one-liners. These are my quotes. Growth is the messy middle between who you are and who you are destined to become. It's the messy middle. So growth comes at its own cost. Who says it's easy? relentless rejections, countless rejections, sleepless nights. You go over so many challenges to be able to become what you are today. Right? And then gratitude turns every almost into already. What does this mean? When we say it helps you not to focus on lack, it helps you focus on what you already have, right? And then generosity isn't about losing. See, generosity is like your fries. When you put it on the table, you know they will finish it all, your friends, right? But the fun is in having the meal together. You remember that experience, right? So generosity doesn't mean you are losing something. It's about sharing your time, your ideas, your resources to create meaningful impact in somebody's life, right? And greatness is the ripple your stone creates in someone else's pond, right? Remember, these 5Gs are your signal boosters, just like in your 5G, right? So find out which 5G resonated with you the most. Among these Gs, which is one G that resonated with you the most today? And what is the missing G in your life at present, right? So what if the biggest challenge that you're facing today is a gateway for your greatest success? Right? What if the keys to unlocking your entrepreneurial potential lies in qualities that are already inside you, but you haven't used them to its fullest? Right? This is all inside you. It's just this journey of entrepreneurship brings it out on the surface with all the life situations that you face and the person that you become in the process. It's what you become in the process of entrepreneurship or as an employee is what counts in the end. Ladies and gentlemen, the signal of entrepreneurship is strongest when you have all these 5Gs connected together. Thank you so much.